When your cat stretches the moment they see you, most people smile, maybe say something soft under their breath, and keep moving. It looks like nothing. A little loosening up, a quick yawn, basic animal biology. You've seen it 100 times and thought nothing of it. But here's what almost no one realizes. That stretch has nothing to do with their muscles. It is one of the most quietly personal things your cat can offer you, and most owners spend years receiving it without ever understanding what's being said. Stay until the end of this, because if your cat doesn't do this, what that means might be the most important thing you take away today. Most people assume a stretch is purely physical. Your cat wakes up, their body is stiff, they work it out. That explanation feels reasonable, logical even. Except here's the detail that breaks it completely. If it were just about muscles, why does it almost always happen the exact moment you walk in? Not 5 minutes before you arrived, not while you were still in the other room. The second you appear, they stretch. Researchers who study feline behavior have a specific name for this. They call it a social stretch. It is not triggered by physical need. It is not triggered by waking up or by temperature or by anything happening inside their body. It is triggered by you. Your cat sees you, and something quiet and deliberate in their brain says, "Now." That timing is not coincidence. That timing is language. Your cat is not loosening their shoulders. They are reaching out to you in the only vocabulary they have. And once you understand that, something shifts in how you watch them. Now here's the part that makes this even more remarkable. This behavior doesn't exist in the wild. Wild cats don't do this. Their ancestors didn't do this. There was no evolutionary reason to, because there was no one to do it for. The social stretch developed alongside something else entirely. The thousands of years that cats spent learning to live with humans. As that relationship deepened, cats began building a private language meant only for us. Meowing, for instance. Adult wild cats almost never vocalize at each other. That sound evolved specifically to communicate with people. The slow blink, the gentle headbutt, the way a cat will follow you from room to room without asking for anything. All of it developed for human connection. The stretch belongs to that same category. Your cat is not running ancient instinct when they do this. They are running something newer, something their wild relatives never needed, something that exists because humans became part of their world, and they found a way to say so. That makes it more meaningful, not less. They learned this for you, specifically for you. And while we're talking about what happens in that stretch, there's something else going on that most owners never know about. Tucked between your cat's paw pads are scent glands. Small, invisible, completely undetectable to human senses. But when your cat stretches, especially when they press their paws into a surface, those glands activate and release pheromones that carry precise, complex information. Information that every other cat in the vicinity can read like a page of text. So when your cat stretches at your feet, on your side of the couch, along the edge of your bed, they are not just performing a greeting. They are marking you. They are leaving something invisible behind that says, "This one is mine. This human is part of my world, and I want that recorded." Not aggressively, not coldly. This is the warmest territorial act one creature can make toward another. You will never smell it. You will never see it. But in the quiet, layered logic of your cat's world, they just sign their name on you. And they only do that with the people and the places that feel like safety. What makes this even more striking is that not everyone receives it. If you have ever noticed your cat stretching when you walk in, but barely acknowledging someone else in the same room, that distinction is not random. and it has nothing to do with who fills their food bowl or who bought them their favorite toy. Cats choose their person with something close to quiet ruthlessness. Studies on cats living in households with multiple people found consistently that they don't distribute social behavior equally. They select. They rank. And the person who ranks highest receives more eye contact, more vocalizations, more of those long, unhurried, slow blinks. And yes, significantly more stretches. So if your cat unfolds into a full, luxurious stretch the moment you sit down, but walks past your partner without a second glance, that is not a personality quirk. That is a declaration. That is your cat, in the only language available to them, telling you that you are their person, that you are the one they've decided belongs at the center of their world. Then there is the morning stretch, which carries its own particular weight. Have you ever opened your eyes in the early quiet of the morning and found your cat already in motion right beside you, mid-stretch, almost as if they were waiting for exactly that moment? They were. Cats are naturally most active in the hours just before and after dawn. While you were asleep, your cat was likely awake for long stretches of the night, alert, moving through the house, aware of every sound. They had hours in which to stretch, to move, to do anything they wanted. And they didn't. They waited. Waited until your eyes opened, until you came back to consciousness and back to them. Behaviorists who study this behavior believe the morning stretch functions as a ritual greeting, a deliberate reset, a way of marking the beginning of shared time. It is the closest thing a cat has to saying good morning, and it is not offered casually. Pay attention the next time you have someone staying in your home. Your cat will likely not stretch in front of them first thing in the morning. That specific behavior, in that specific moment, is saved for you. But there is something else living inside the morning stretch that goes even deeper. Your cat spent hours watching over you, while you were completely defenseless, unconscious, unaware, unguarded. When they stretch the moment your eyes open, there is a release in it, their guard coming down, their body finally allowed to be soft. It is them saying, in the quietest possible way, "You're safe. We made it. I can let go now." That is not nothing. That is devotion expressed in the only form they know. There is also the stretch that happens directly in your path. You have tried to walk to another room and found your cat sprawled out in the exact middle of the doorway, stretched across the one spot you cannot step around, completely blocking your momentum. This looks like poor timing. It is strategy. Cats are extraordinarily aware of spatial patterns. They learn the routes you take through your own home, the paths you repeat without thinking, the doorways you pass through dozens of times a day. And when they choose to stretch in precisely that location, they are making a calculated decision. They could have stretched anywhere, behind the couch, beneath the table, in any corner of any room where you would never notice. Instead, they chose the one spot that guarantees you will stop. This is not anxiety or desperation. It is confidence. It is your cat saying, with complete certainty, "I know you're in the middle of something, and I am more important than where you are going." Every time you pause, look down, say something, even just laugh, they got exactly what they came for. Not food, not play, not anything practical. Acknowledgement. The confirmation that they can reach you, redirect you, pull your attention toward them at will. Some behaviorists describe this as a mild and affectionate test of influence. And every time you stop, you confirm what they already suspected, that they matter to you. So what does it mean if your cat doesn't do this? What if you've been watching this entire time thinking, mine never stretches when they see me? First, don't read it as rejection. The absence of this behavior doesn't mean the bond is broken or that your cat feels nothing for you. But it is worth paying attention to, because it usually points to one of two things. Either your cat doesn't yet feel fully safe in their environment, safe enough to let their body go soft and unguarded in your presence, or they tried this before and learned, gradually and quietly, that you didn't respond. Remember that this behavior evolved specifically to reach humans, but like any form of communication, it only persists if it works. If your cat stretched in front of you a dozen times and you walked past without pausing, without any acknowledgement at all, they drew a conclusion. That signal doesn't land with you. That language doesn't reach you. So they stopped sending it. The good news is that this is not permanent. Start paying attention to the smaller things. When your cat approaches and lingers, when they settle near you without asking for anything, when they do anything at all that resembles reaching out. Pause. Answer them. A slow blink across the room. A soft word. A gentle hand if they lean into it. You are teaching them, slowly and patiently, that their language lands. That when they reach, you reach back. For cats who seem tense more broadly, whose bodies stay tight, who never quite settle, who hold themselves as if they're always waiting for something to go wrong, look honestly at the environment around them. Unpredictable schedules, raised voices, a house that never feels fully settled. A cat who doesn't feel safe won't stretch, because stretching means vulnerability, and vulnerability requires trust. Give them time. Give them the same thing day after day. Watch what slowly opens. Tonight, when your cat stretches the moment they see you, remember what is actually happening. An animal built entirely around survival, around reading danger and staying ready, is choosing to go soft in front of you, to open their body, lower their guard, and mark you as theirs. They are telling you, in the oldest and quietest language they have, that you are safe, that you are chosen, that you are home. For a creature who never does anything without reason, that is never, ever a small thing.